Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I don't think too many people really know about. Back when Fallen Kingdom came out, there was a lot of material being released to support the new movie. We got new video games like Jurassic World Alive and Jurassic World Evolution, along with a canon novel tie-in called The Evolution of Claire. Now, I'm going to assume that the majority of you are well aware of all of that stuff, because it was in the public eye for a good amount of time last year. That being said, there was this one video game that didn't really make as big of an impact that I personally think it should have. And that video game is Jurassic World Blue. Basically, it was a brief VR experience made exclusively for the Oculus Rift that featured an immersive Jurassic World trip to Isla Nublar. In it, you'd get to watch Blue wander around the island and bump into a few of the other dinosaurs, while Mount Sibo roared angrily in the background. Well, in the second and final chapter of the game, we happen to get a pretty cool sequence where the Velociraptor would accidentally stumble upon a Baryonyx nest. This clutch of eggs was sat resting at the base of the violent volcano, and after a brief disagreement with the egg's mother, both of the dinosaurs would soon be interrupted by the thundering roar of Nublar's Tyrannosaur. What results is a pretty brutal throwdown from the Rex when it knocks the Barry's body across the screen. She lands with a serious thud, and apparently you can hear bones breaking once it hits the ground. After that happens, Blue actually jumps onto Rexy and starts biting into her neck in a similar way to what the final raptor did in the original Jurassic Park movie. This altercation doesn't last too long though, because the T-Rex slings Blue off of its back like 3 seconds later. In fact, the Rex roars angrily at the raptor just before it makes its way towards her. But just before she can make a quick snack out of Blue, helicopters can be heard hovering over their heads, in a manner that's really similar to the Lost World, by the way. Anyways, this bit of human activity makes the Rex reconsider her counterattack. She ends up walking away and actually passes the destroyed wreckage of Jeep 18, which was one of the vehicles that we actually saw meet the Brachiosaur in the first film. Meanwhile, Blue is carefully hiding behind a volcanic rock, waiting for the humans to pass overhead. Like I said before, this entire attack sequence that takes place directly before the events of Fallen Kingdom is a video game that I don't really think too many people know about. And I think a lot of that has to do with the Oculus Rift not being something in common households just yet. When I took a trip to London in order to see Fallen Kingdom, they had this massive VR experience inside of a box where they sat people down and let them view the first chapter. I got to see that and had a lot of fun with it. But what I really would have liked to have seen is all of this stuff going on right here. I mean, there are a lot of fans out there who have theories on Blue the Velociraptor and Rexy, I still don't like that name, being good friends on the island after their battle with the Indominus. But this fight kind of kills that entire train of thought and stops it dead in its tracks. At the end of Jurassic World, the T-Rex is really beaten up. If you look at her body, she's covered in blood, has a crippled arm, and walks away limping after looking at the Velociraptor. Attempting to eat the smaller dinosaur right now won't exactly replenish her health like a video game, if you know what I mean. The reason these dinosaurs don't mindlessly attack each other after the fight always registered in my mind as a battle that simply wouldn't be worth it. The threat was eliminated, and now there's not too much else to really do here. However, the altercation that takes place in this VR game happens under far different circumstances. And from my understanding, it's actually straight up canon, which makes a lot of sense because there's not really anything out there that would contradict it. At the end of the day, Blue attacked the Tyrannosaur because she felt threatened. These are animals after all, and after watching the Baryonyx eat dirt, I'm sure she felt like she'd have to defend herself in this situation. By the way, I don't think that Barry was able to brush that hit off. In fact, she doesn't move after you hear her bones snap from the fall. I kind of think she might have died. But anyways, all of this stuff went down in the VR game Jurassic World Blue. It's canon, it's immersive, and although I've never played this specific chapter, I think it still looks really cool despite the odd floaty physics of the Baryonyx flying through the air. If you want a really good video that covers this thing in full, check out the Gaming Beaver's review of it on his channel. Link will of course be in the description down below. He does a really good job at showing it off, and he's like one of the biggest Jurassic fans on all of YouTube, so you should definitely check him out if for some weird reason you haven't already. Now, I'd like to know what all of you guys thought about this event. I hesitate to call it a fight because I think anytime a T-Rex fights a raptor, it's kind of a joke and more or less just a waiting game of when the bigger dinosaur is going to kill the smaller one. I don't think it's incredibly fair, but man does it always offer some super cool imagery. Now, whatever your own thoughts and opinions on this subject happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it seriously means the world to me that you all even continue to watch these videos, and I want to thank each and every one of you for all of your continued support. Now I'd like to thank all of you for watching this video and hope you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you on the next one, guys, and as always, take it easy.